All right, let's talk about something big, making your first million in crypto. Now, before your mind jumps to crazy bets and overnight luck, I want you to know this explainer is different. We're going to focus on a smart, sustainable way to build real wealth that lasts. So let's build that plan together, step by step.
Look, we've all heard the stories, right? The dream of making a million is a powerful one. But in the world of crypto, luck, well, it runs out pretty fast. Real success isn't about chasing the latest hype coin. It's built on a solid foundation of learning, discipline, and having a strategy. We're not gambling here, we're building. And for that, you absolutely need a roadmap. And here it is. This is our roadmap for today. First, we'll get our heads in the right space with the new money mindset. Second, we'll get you your crypto starter kit with all the practical stuff. Then we'll talk about how to grow and, just as importantly, protect your wealth. And finally, we'll wrap it all up into a concrete plan you can literally start today. Let's start with what I think is the most important tool you have, your mindset. Seriously, before you even think about putting a single dollar in, you've got to understand the foundation of how wealth works in this new digital world. It all starts right up here, in your head. So what is cryptocurrency really? Put simply, it's just digital money that lives on this super secure public system called a blockchain. But the part you really need to pay attention to is that last bit. It allows you to own and move your funds directly. Think about that. No banks, no third parties telling you what you can and can't do with your own money. That right there, that's the revolution. So, knowing what it is, that's the easy part. The real key to success, though, is figuring out how you're going to approach it. Your mindset is going to be the single biggest factor that decides whether you build lasting wealth or just get wrecked by the market's crazy swings. And this slide right here perfectly illustrates the two paths you can take. On one side, you have the gambler. They're chasing that quick thrill, that short-term hype. But on the other side, you have the investor. The investor is playing a completely different game, the long game. They're focused on projects with real, tangible value, and they're aiming for consistent, sustainable growth over time. This whole guide, it's for the investor. All right, with our mindset locked in, let's get our hands dirty. It's time to turn all that thinking into real, practical action. This section is your starter kit, these simple, must-know steps to get you into the crypto world safely and with confidence. And honestly, it all boils down to these 3 steps. First, you need a reliable place to buy from, an exchange. Pro tip, look for ones that have been around a while and have top-notch security. Second, you set up your own secure wallet. This is like your own personal vault that only you have the keys to. And third, you make your first purchase. And the key here is to start small and stay safe. See? Simple. So what should you buy? Because not all crypto is the same. Think of your portfolio like a sports team. Bitcoin, that's your rock-solid foundation, your digital gold for safety. Ethereum is your star player, the engine for innovation and growth. Altcoins, well, that's where you take some calculated risks for potentially much higher rewards. And stablecoins, they're your defense, your safe harbor. They're basically digital dollars you can use to protect your money when the market gets choppy. A truly balanced portfolio knows how to use all 4. Okay, so you've bought your first assets. The journey now splits into 2 equally critical paths, growing what you have and protecting it from all the risks out there. This is really where the smart investors start to separate themselves from the crowd. You know, a lot of people just buy some crypto and hold on, hoping the price goes up. And hey, that's a perfectly fine place to start. But the real goal, the next level, is to go from just passively holding to actively earning. You want to get to a point where your assets are working for you 24/7, generating more wealth, kind of like getting dividends from a stock. So how do you start earning? Well, staking is one of the most straightforward ways to begin. All you do is lock up some of your coins, which helps keep their network secure. And as a thank you, the network pays you rewards. It is a fantastic first step into the world of generating passive income from your crypto. Of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The crypto world is packed with opportunity, for sure, but it's also filled with traps for the unwary. Growing your wealth means absolutely nothing if you can't protect it. So, how do you spot the dangers before they spot you? Let's be crystal clear about this. If anyone, anywhere, ever promises you guaranteed profits, you run. That's the #1 red flag, no exceptions. Also, be super skeptical of projects with anonymous founders. Never, ever click on suspicious links. And always, always ask yourself, what problem does this thing actually solve? If you can't find a clear purpose, it's probably just hype designed to separate you from your money. Okay, deep breath. We've covered the mindset, the tools, and the strategies for both growing and protecting your wealth. Now, let's put it all together. This is where we turn all that knowledge into your own personal roadmap to that first million.
And to make this feel real, we're not going to talk about some fuzzy, far-off goal. We're going to start with the next 30 days. This is your immediate, concrete action plan to build momentum and get the ball rolling. The key is to just break it down into tiny, manageable steps. Week 1, your only job is to learn the basics and get that secure wallet set up. That's it. Week 2, you make one small, safe purchase to get your feet wet. In week 3, you can explore a simple earning method, maybe like staking. And then in week 4, you just pause, review what you did, and plan your next move. It's all about small, consistent progress.
And that brings us right back to where we began. Hitting your financial goals in crypto, or anywhere for that matter, it isn't about buying a lottery ticket. It's a journey. It's about constant learning, having discipline, and executing a smart strategy. So that's the roadmap. The only real question left is, are you ready to start building?